What's up guys? Today I want to share this awesome journey about survival. Many have heard of Kung Fu, but for most, the first thing that comes to mind is Bruce Lee, Kung Fu Panda, and surprisingly, karate. When people say karate, that always makes me laugh. It's like when I tell someone that my parents are from El Salvador, and they still ask, where in Mexico is that? Cultures run deep. Here's what most people don't know about the story about Kung Fu. Welcome back to This Life I Lead, where traditions meets the modern grind. Today I want to share a story that bridges the ancient and the new, the East and the West. It's a tale of survival, adaptation, and the relentless spirit of Kung Fu. But this isn't just about martial arts. It's about a way of life that has endured through centuries of change and challenge. So let's jump into the journey of Kung Fu as Sid navigates a world in turmoil, finding new routes and places you might not expect.
Once upon a time, in a land where tradition and identity were the very soul of its people, there lived a being named Kung Fu. Kung Fu was not an ordinary person. He was the living embodiment of Gong Fu, an ancient art that had been the heartbeat of China for generations. In those days, Gong Fu was much more than a method of self-defense. It was a way of life, woven deeply into the fabric of Chinese medicine, philosophy, and spiritual practice. But as the years passed, Kung Fu began to sense that the world around him was changing. One day he awoke to find a China he no longer recognized. The country was under siege from all sides. Foreign powers were pushing in, threatening to tear apart the nation's cultural and spiritual foundation. Japan was one of these invaders, bringing war and destruction to Chinese soil. But they were not alone. Russia, Britain, and France also sought to carve out their own pieces of China, further destabilizing the land that Kung Fu had always known. As if these external threats were not enough, within China, a new force was rising. A new leader emerged with a vision to transform the country. His movement, aimed at uniting the people and reshaping the nation, led to significant upheaval. Under him came orders where his forces began to dismantle the old ways, seeking to build a new China. Traditional practices like Gong Fu and Chinese medicine were seen as relics of the past, and those who continued to practice them were often persecuted. Kung Fu, sensing the danger, knew that he could not afford to stand still. The world was changing too quickly, and the times demanded action. He understood that survival was no longer just about staying alive, it was about preserving the essence of what he represented. But Kung Fu was not alone. He was part of a vast family, with countless cousins, uncles, and aunts, each one personifying a different style or aspect of Gong Fu. Together, they were the keepers of a profound cultural heritage, and they knew that they had to protect it at all costs. As the world around them became increasingly hostile, Kung Fu and his family were forced to go underground. They practiced in secret, passing on their knowledge in the shadows, always aware that discovery could mean death. But Kung Fu knew that hiding was not enough. If Gong Fu was to survive, it needed to spread beyond China's borders to new lands where it could take root and grow. And so, Kung Fu began a journey that would take him far from his homeland. His travels led him on a journey to the West, where his ancient teachings would find new life. In this vibrant, bustling world, Kung Fu and his family continued to grow, sharing their wisdom with new generations who were eager to learn. They blended their traditions with the dynamic culture of the West Coast, creating something entirely new yet deeply connected to their roots. And so, the story of Kung Fu did not end but continued to unfold in this new land. The teachings of Gong Fu, once threatened with extinction, became a global force, celebrated and embraced by people from all walks of life. Kung Fu and his family, who once had to hide to survive, now stood proudly in the open, inspiring and empowering countless others. And if you listen closely, you might hear the echoes of their journey, for they may have just made it to where you live, bringing with them the timeless wisdom and strength of Kung Fu.
Talk about a journey of 1,000 miles. No Uber, no Lyft, no I'll see you in a few hours, I'm traveling first class. But this is how Kung Fu transformed from a cultural treasure threatened by extinction to a global phenomenon that resonates even today. It's a journey that reflects the challenges and successes we all encounter, learning to adapt, grow, and find our place in an ever-changing world. As we continue to walk our paths, let us carry the timeless wisdom and resilience that Kung Fu embodies. I want to hear from you. Share your story. Here are 3 questions to take away from this video. What does it mean to be strong? Not just in the body, but in your heart and mind as well. Why is it important to keep learning even when it's hard? How can you be a good friend to yourself and to others? If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and just let me know with a comment below. In the next episode, I'll dive deeper into where Kung Fu and the rest of the family find themselves in today's world. Remember, there is greatness within you waiting to be unleashed. This life I lead. Until next time, peace.